Welcome back to Your Mama's Wildlands. We have another episode of Ask Your Mama. I've been noticing lately with price increases in the cost of ammunition, a lot of people will be or trying to get into reloading. And the first question everybody asks is, what does it cost to get into reloading? Again, you can buy a Volkswagen or you can buy a Porsche. Today, I'll be covering the Volkswagen because it's within the price range of most people. So, what you need is a press. I would suggest you pick up a Lee anniversary kit. Don't know what the price is nowadays, but probably under 200 bucks. So, what I got with my kit, I've got a beam scale. It's a little bit finicky, but it really works well. I have a powder dispenser, which also works adequately. It comes with a funnel. It comes with 2 dispensers for your large primers and your small primers. It comes with the basic tools for case prep. Discuss those later. And it comes with the actual press. And that gets you 85% of the way there. So what else do you need? You need a set of dies. So again, we're going with the Volkswagen. Lee, they're actually pretty good. I've got nothing to complain about, unless you want to go to the 1 mile club and reload for precision at a mile. But for average target shooting, average hunting, these are just fine. So in your Lee die kit, you will get your dies, you will get a powder scoop, and you will get a shell holder for the press. The other nice thing is you get a set of directions. Yes, men, we can read directions. If not, get your wife to read them to you. The nice things about these directions is that they have a reloading schedule for the most accurate loads that they tested. It's generally a wide variety of bullets, wide variety of powders, and it has your min and max. And this is actually enough to get you started. Has directions on the back how to set it up. And of course it gives you the specs for the bullet. So that is nice. You don't need to buy a manual if you're just doing one caliber. Well, actually every caliber will come with this. And that should be adequately enough to get you to the range or into the field. We will discuss later everything else that you can upgrade your system with, and I've done a bunch of stuff. Anyway, let me carry on. So we have the press, we have the die. So the next thing you have to do is buy the appropriate trimmer. So we have the basic kit for case prep. And then we have the caliber specific. So we have the length gauge, and we have a shell holder that goes onto your handheld thing, I guess, or whatever. You can put it in a drill. So that holds your shell. And again, I think that is 10 bucks. I will go over some of the pricing for that. So what else do you need? You have your press, you have your die, you have your case prep all set up now. So let's see, let's get some brass. General basic calibers, 308, 223, 30-06, 30-30. You can pick a lot of that up just from range pickup. So it could cost you $0, or you can go to a forum and pick up one-shot brass. Some of the stuff is hard to get, like your 6.5 by 55, but used is still not that expensive. I think you pay less than 50 cents a case. Yeah, so we have our brass. Next thing you know, we need our primers. You can buy primers by the hundreds, or you can buy primers by the thousands. If you're just starting off, you can buy a couple hundred, and they're like $5-6 bucks a piece. Or if you have a little bit more cash, you can buy 1,000, which are around 50-60 bucks. Next thing is powder. You can buy caliber specific powder, or you can buy a couple of, I would almost say, dual powders. Varget is, or Vargay, whatever you want to call it, is one of them. I started off with 3031 because it covered a lot of what I did. Okay, so we have primers, we have powders, and then we have bullets. And the pricing's all over the place. You can buy bulk, and brings the price down. And then you get into your target specific bullets, and they go skyrocketing from there. But if you're, say, loading 30-30, you can buy some copper wash bullets, and you can buy 500 for 150, so relatively cheap. No, 1,000. 1,000? I think 1,000 for 150. I'll have to double check that. It's either 1,000 or 500, I forget. All right, so that's it. That's what you need to get started. I won't go through the process. This is just the basic of what you need to get started. I'm going to have a second part of the series, and that is all the upgrades you can do and all the extras you can buy, which will make life easier. But again, those are all things you can buy as you go along. My suggestion is get set up for 1 caliber or 2 caliber. The other thing which came up, which is noteworthy, is always start from the minimum load or very close to the minimum load. Lots of variations in guns, so the pressure signs will change from gun to gun, and the values that are on these pamphlets or in your reloading book are totally based on the rifle or the fixture that the manufacturer is using at the time of testing. So, I think I've covered it all. I'm looking around to see whether I missed anything. But if you plan on reloading for 100 or a couple hundred, I think you can easily be under 500 bucks. Again, if you have the money to go for the Porsche or the Lamborghini, there are better setups. But if a basic one, this is one of the best. And the beauty of it is that you could probably recoup 80% of the value of what you put into it if you decide to go a year later or 2 years later, if you decide to upgrade to something else. Single press will also do your handgun cartridges. If you're shooting 10,000 a year, you might want to look at a progressive. But what I used to do with this, and I would have everything set up, and I'd come home after work, and I'd do 59 millimeters. And you know, you do that 2 or 3 times a week, and by the end of the month, you have enough to shoot. Like I said, if you're shooting every weekend and you're shooting a few thousand rounds every weekend, go for a progressive. But this is the basic startup. I hope that answers some of your questions. And like I said, I will try to cover all the little nicks and knacks and upgrades. So that'll be phase 2. Have yourself a good day. Get out there, guys. COVID restrictions are almost over here. So get out and do something. Take care. Bye. Thanks again for tuning in. If you feel like it, please hit the subscribe and hit the like button, and feel free to comment. Thanks.